Hey folks, this is Matt Rainwater. Alright, so this is my first attempt at saying I'm done, which means I'm not done. Here's the thing. I'm looking at it. I did this all last night, and I was like, oh, I'll look at it again tomorrow. And I'm looking at it again, and I don't know, y'all. So if you had asked me, Matt, can you draw me the cover to a children's book about a folk band, like a Raccoon folk band? This is this looks 100% like what you would ask for. And yet I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know. I feel like something's missing, or I don't know. So last night when I was doing this, I put together three different ideas, and I still actually have to do the backgrounds for these. So I think today, for this recording, for this episode of Talk and Draw, you're gonna see me do another, do another background. And actually, something I need to do that I didn't think of before starting this recording, so y'all just have to watch me do it live, is I need to get the original art, and I'll explain better in just a moment what I'm doing here and why I'm doing it. So last night when I was doing these compositions here, I was just resizing, kind of going willy-nilly. And so the image quality of this is not as good as if I just take the completed image and put it over. By the way, the Banjo Raccoon is by far my favorite. I think that's the one. It kind of feels like first thought, best thought. For those of y'all who are into Buddhism. The Jug Raccoon's pretty good too, actually. I think what it is part of the issue that I do have with watercolor is that by the very nature of the medium, it doesn't, it's not great with having backgrounds. I love doing watercolor when it's just I'm just doing a character design, right? And it's just the either the white of the paper and the colors on the character, or it's blending some sort of vague part, like if the backgrounds are very abstract and kind of basic, but I guess this is learning, right? Y'all get to see me learn in real time, and that's kind of part of the reason why I do these videos, is so we can all learn together in real time. Isn't that fun? By the way, oh, come on. By the way, today is day 1 of my ginseng regimen. So we're going to see how that goes. I can tell you already, I took ginseng first thing in the morning, along with some garlic. And I do kind of feel like I've had maybe not a cup of coffee, but I've had some caffeine or something without ever actually having taken any caffeine. I've got that, and it's a nice clean fuel. I'll say that right now. Unlike coffee, which is just ooh, coffee makes me super jittery, and crazy, for lack of a better word. All right. So why did I do all that just now? Did I already say? Basically, yeah. This is higher quality image um, versus like me resizing back and forth. So it would be super pixelated and whatever. So now it's less pixelated. In fact, it should be a better resolution image because I sized down, in fact. But maybe I'm wrong. Anyway. So the idea is that I would have this as a 11 by 14 canvas when I finally get it printed. I don't even know how the printing's gonna go, y'all. This is another thing about all this is I'm kind of I feel it's so I'm doing it so like by the seat of my pants that I'm like, oh, there's a possibility this whole thing just crashes and burns. It doesn't look good, and this is gonna be a bad birthday gift. But we'll see. Hopefully it won't, right? Hopefully it won't. But I'm feeling very insecure about the whole thing. Especially because it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm gonna have to like people are gonna see it, right? That aren't just like me and family. It's like other strangers, things like that. And I'm just like, oh, how's this gonna go? So, pray for me, I guess. I always say that. Um, it's just funny to say to me. And on a certain level, I kind of mean that in a way. We all could use each other's positive vibrations, prayers, whatever you're willing to put out, right? Some people praying is like, oh, that's too much. You gotta invoke like, a deity, which I have no problem with. I don't know, some people have a problem with that, but I have no problem with invoking a deity. Ask me which one you want me to invoke. I'll happily. Let's go. Let's go. Zeus, Isis, Ra. You need me to invoke Ra? I'll invoke Ra. Let's go. Time is short. Life is short. We can't just sit around and, twiddle our thumbs about it. Anyway, that's a whole. Don't know where I'm going with that gag. So now I'm basically just doing. I am gonna have to do one more thing for the jug raccoon and give him like a stump to sit on. Saying that to mostly remind myself more than anything. So let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Stump. Just a big, wide stump. And we're going to have to color the stump and all that stuff. So that's my goal, is ultimately what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 different compositions for me to pull from. And I'll be like, okay, which of these is my favorite? That's going to be the one that becomes, the gift. And I'll upload all of them to my Patreon. For y'all who are Patreon supporters, by the way, that's patreon.com/MattJRainwater. Check it out. All right. I don't know what I want to do for this stump. Maybe like that. be very... that looks like garbage. I'm trying to get some colors that aren't too much like the raccoon's fur and the stuff. Alright. I think this can work. Yeah, I think this will work. Yeah, we got Stump. Should I... I am gonna have to go in and clean up some of this. Just a moment. Like that. I'm gonna have to do way more cleanup than that, though. This is... I'm just doing this to sort of buy myself time while I figure out what my next step is. I think I need to do something else for this portion, this top portion here. It's almost there, but I don't know, it needs to be a little warmer or something. I'm basically going to be doing what I did on that other one that I showed you at the beginning. But it needs to be more red. Like that. Like this. Yeah. Okay. I'll fade it out. Just like that. What are we... Okay, right here. You know, I just want there to be a little more transition in those colors. And then I'm going to take... Oh, I need to transition this also right here, because this is too... It's too much of a block. Alright, and then last, what I'm going to do... Take out the pencil tool again. I'm going to pick a light color and put in just some indication of grass back here. Like that. Doesn't need to be super precise. And just put in a couple of grass blades right here. Once again, don't have to be precise. And that's looking not too bad. Well, actually, this has like a Berenstain Bears vibe to it. Or is it Berenstain? Tell me in the chat, y'all, because I don't know. I remember before the Mandela effect kicked in. I remember it being Berenstain. Is that how it still is? I'm not sure. Anyway, okay. So this is pretty good, but the last thing I'm going to do here is what I need to do. I'm going to consolidate the background at this point because I feel like the background's done. And then I'm going to go in and I just need to basically lighten... Well, I don't know how well this is going to work. I need to lighten up the background as it is. Well, do y'all see what I'm saying though? It's like because these characters are watercolor, they're sort of translucent, and the background color pops up behind them. I'm having a hard time because this brush is a little too... yeah, I think this works. I think this will work. Like, I want to keep some of that background color, but I don't want all of it, which is what was happening. All right, we're gonna make it. I do think that this is currently looking like my favorite one at the moment. Maybe I'll feel differently tonight when I finish the other composition, but I think this might be my favorite one. I'm gonna make it sort of like there's some lighting going on. Like that. Which I think works better than I thought it would. Alright. Oh, I actually need to, yeah. The dress here. Okay. What else? The tail, maybe. Maybe. Like, maybe hit this part of the tail. Everything else here looks fine. And now we need to do the jug raccoon. Like that. Alright. Alright, I'm feeling better. Feeling better about it all. We'll see. And then, you know, here's the other thing, y'all, is like, the final step is actually printing, and printing is, I'm going to have to do some last minute, go to FedEx Kinko's, because, like, nothing else is going to be able to take my order, and just cross my fingers that the printer at FedEx Kinko's will be good enough. All right. I guess this works. I guess I'm done, y'all. Like I said, I still have one more I'm going to do. Let's compare. I'm going to save real quick. Alright, there's that one. That one looks fine. There's this one. So this is the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna do a background for this later on and compare, and we'll see. I feel all right. I feel most best about this one. I think this one will be good. Although Jug Raccoon's a little too close. I don't know. He's too close to the border for this composition. I think it'll be fine. Consarn it, y'all. Anyway. Well, that is going to be it for today's episode. Hope y'all having a good one, and we will talk again soon. Talk to you later, y'all. Bye.